starting this thing off Sunday Fun Day, November the 23rd. It's a Sunday. Did you know that? Hence why I said Sunday Fun Day. Isn't that neat? I'm like a poet. Awesome. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Sunday Fun Day morning. And yeah, here we go. We're live streaming out to the Facebook land as well as YouTube with we're having coffee talk. Now, if you notice in the description, outside of the text watermark from Restream, which is a great product, I just haven't upgraded to get rid of that, and don't need to right now. Anyway, so the purple skies, or sky, purple sky, there's only one. Did you see it? If you happen to be just south of Hollister, Missouri, and north of Ridgedale, so it was north of like Top of the Rock and Big Cedar and all that, from what we could tell. Anyway, did you see it? I just put the video up on my feed, and I'll bring that. But we're going to talk about that because that was kind of interesting. It was actually very interesting, as a matter of fact. So first, let me come back over here, do a little clicking, have a little coffee. Now, let's see. That was yesterday. That was the past. I don't want to see that right now. Where, oh, where are you live streaming? Why don't I see you? I'll see you in a sec. Let me do a little refresh. But anyway, I hope everyone is having a good Sunday morning. Come on. Oh, there's the video. We'll come back to that here in a second. And we should be on here, and I'm not seeing it. Facebook, you cad. Maybe I'll look over here and get to it. Hey, there I am. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, all right, so let me come back over here. How do I want to do that? Let's go here. You know, it's fun to click. And for all of you who are kind enough to deal with all my clicking, I appreciate you. But again, this podcast is more about having fun than anything else, and also fixing my wings, because I've got to get a trim this week. But anyway, so you know what? I don't really, the only reason I was going to do that was just so I could keep up with what was happening with comments, because I don't want to miss them. But if I do, I do. No, there, now it shows up where it's supposed to be. I'll pin that to the top. There we go. Okay, so now let's get over here to the video and let me get it positioned up so we can talk about it at the same time. All right, and we're waiting. And position it over just a little bit. And let me come back over here. And there. Now we're all there. Now I'm going to be looking off screen because I didn't set the camera up right. Don't worry about that. Doesn't matter. Okay, so clicking, and there it goes. Okay, so now this is last night, right around 9:30, and Alicia, Caitlin, and I, we were on our way home after a fun and fabulous day up in Branson. Now, before the video started, what we had seen, what would be to the left of the screen that you see here, now that's to the right if you're driving Highway 65 South, and this is like above, like what would be possibly Big Cedar and all of that. Anyway, now before Alicia started recording, and if you looked to the left, which would be the left over here, right on the camera. Anyway, but if you look to the left, and before we made that first kind of bend in the highway there, we saw like a white and pinkish pulsing light in the sky, right? And anyway, I was like, well, Alicia's like, oh, did you see that? What is this? I was like, it's got to be the airport. Because you know what? I try to be as just not crazy as possible and be as rational as I can when it comes to this stuff, right? Because I don't know. I still don't even know right now what that was. But anyway, the pulsing stopped, and then things became purple that you see here in the video. Now, if you are watching, when you watch just the video, there is no audio. I pulled that down because there was really no need for said audio. Anyway, so there's that. So, did you see it? Were you out and about at that time? There were a few cars on the road. And if you happen to live over in that area and you know what this is, Any info would truly be appreciated. So, but did you? I'm curious. Like I say, the video is up just on my regular Facebook profile feed. And it was neat. It was interesting and ironic considering what we talked about yesterday morning when it comes to all this uh, alien, extraterrestrial, interdimensional stuff that is feeding the news cycle. So I don't know. It was remarkably interesting to me that that occurred in general, but then the ironic nature of it happening then. Another big thing that I really, really would like your help with, if you would be so kind. This is a free Kindle push that I've got going for the book, Toys or Totems. Here we go. I just had it. It was underneath my notes. The free Kindle version, though, is available today and tomorrow, Monday the 24th, right? So today, tomorrow, it is totally free on Kindle. I am going to go ahead and put that link up in the comments because what I would truly appreciate is if you guys, gals, and whatever else in between would be so kind as to take a look. And now, if you're not a reader, but you might have some friends who are, this is the ask. Share it with them. Because why? Very simply, I need to build the numbers up on the rankings on Amazon for it to be viewed. Like right now, it's way down at the bottom of the list, but not totally the bottom. So that's always positive. But I'm going to do a big push. And as part of my big push, I'm going to be reaching out personally in Messenger, to as many people that are on my friends list as possible to ask you to do this. Why? Because word of mouth is still the greatest form of advertising in the world, period. You would prefer to scale it by way of using social platforms or traditional broadcasting or traditional print, billboards, whatever. But you know what? It's Sunday fun day. I'm kind of relaxing. I got the printer putting some stuff together for me because it's fun. I say put it, well, it is putting ones and zeros into lines of plastic. But anyway, so when I'm saying this because it's really going to be me directly. I'm not doing a copy paste thing. I'm not using a bot. I am not a bot. And, but I'm dedicated. I made this decision. I want to see 11,000 lives touched by this book because I can say it because I know it helped me. And that's why I'm like, well, there's got to be more than me because, again, humans, we are all unique, but ain't none of us special. And so, in our own uniqueness, we can find other things that help us help others. So that's what we're doing there. And that's pretty much the meat of what we're doing today. Your old buddy Jimbo, that is. And I'm looking very forward to doing everything we can to just have a good Sunday fun day. But the purple sky, what is that? See, here's the kicker, is that, let me pull it back up, see if I can get it to, we'll just have it rolling, right? So the kicker with all of this, man, I've got to fix this camera to where I'm actually looking where I'm looking. I got to flip it. Anyway, but the kicker is here recently, I had seen this young man on YouTube. He does like reaction videos to weird, crazy, spooky, kooky stuff. His name's Modrica is the channel. Great. I love his delivery. Funny guy. Built a hell of a community for himself on there. And he curates some really cool stuff that otherwise I wouldn't see. But it wasn't maybe 3, maybe 4 days ago that he had some videos up from Mexico where they were seeing stuff similar to this, but instead of it going purple, it went red. But, and I really, again, in the perfect world, if I was ever to go down the route of having like the Meta glasses or any of those, which personally I'm just not impressed with, but if I was ever to have anything like that, it would be solely so everything could be recorded in the moment to share later because it's interesting sometimes. I just, but I've actually gotten to the point where now yesterday you saw I put a lot of pictures up on Facebook land as things were hitting me because we were out and about and something would inspire me to do something and I'm like, well, you know what, I'll do that. So I did that. And but I like to live in the moment now more so than getting stuck in being behind the camera all the time and like, who's my, no. I want to live outside of the box. and enjoy myself. But I love seeing little things that make me think of people. Like if you saw the little counter bell, the smiley face one, I couldn't help myself but to pop a little video from my buddy Lisa Post, because she used to have one on the counter there at Post Custom Arms when it was downtown. But you can still reach out to them. I'm sure they got good stuff going on that they can help you with. And there we go. So I just let that run, why not? But yeah, if you're making comments right now and I don't see, my apologies. I can't see the chats unless I do other things, and I haven't done those yet, but I will. But you can also message me and I'll try to eyeball over there too. But yeah, it was kind of cool. It was like, has Prince returned? The skies were all purple. There were people standing everywhere. I don't know if there were people standing everywhere because there were trees in the way, but I do know the sky was purple. And it was very interesting because I really wish we had the footage from what happened right before, with the big pulsating white, and then I think it was like pinkish. I was driving, Alicia was riding, Caitlin in the back seat, being Caitlin. Anyway, it was very interesting to be sure, but I wanted to just say it was the airport or possibly Thunder Ridge. Now, Alicia looked a little bit last night, and people were saying, nope, wasn't Thunder Ridge, nothing going on out there. And I haven't been out there personally, so I'm not exactly sure its position here. But let's go back over here. So, anyway, if you, again, looking at the video right here, which I know I'm looking off screen, that drives me nuts. But when you look at the video, you're seeing us, like I say, we're probably, I want to say about 2-3 miles south of Hollister, heading back towards Arkansas and Harrison, right? And it was simply weird. Now, there is no audio on this video because all the audio you would have heard would have just been the wind whipping past the camera when Alicia rolled down the window to get the best shot possible. And so, yeah, what is it? I don't know, but it was fun to experience. But it's not, okay, now I know it's not like, you know, the Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis stuff. I don't think so anyway, because if it is, it was way low to the ground. But it was very interesting. But I would love to know your thoughts, or if you actually have real information, please leave it in the comments, because it's interesting. Oh, another thing I need to get over here to this. We had a great day out at Bass Pro because the Santa Wonderland setup, which is really cool. It looks great, and I am personally a big fan of Santa, and I always have been, and I always will. Now, this is really cool, so I'm going to share this. Let me copy the link. Anyway, but it was great. We did some family photos and everything with everybody, with me and Alicia and Caitlin and Grand and Poppy, my mother and father-in-law, and Derek and Amber and Maddie, my brother and sister-in-law, and Maddie-in-law, and it was fun. It truly was. So I got that copied. Yeah. So, but now here's the cool thing, and this is a big, big, big tip of the hat to all the folks at Bass Pro and John L. Morris for putting this together, because not only is it a really neat setup, I've got a video of one of the little box animatronic things that are cute, but it's free. How cool is that? Beautiful display for a family photo, and your kids get to talk to Santa, and it doesn't cost you a dime. So it is most certainly worth the trip up to the Branson Landing to go see Santa in his Wonderland and get a family photo that is done beautifully well. And there are options where you can like do more packages or and all that. That's fine. But the main thing is that is a super, and I think very much applaudable effort from Bass Pro for the community everywhere, right? So again, if you haven't checked out Santa's Wonderland there at Bass Pro Shops, go, 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 go. Take the kids. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, and it doesn't cost you a dime. So that's really, really cool. So I see I've got a message popping up. We'll see if I get it. But anyway, everyone, I do hope this is a good fun day. It's 8:14. I was going to kind of talk a little bit because, again, I'm like, I'm pretty tickled. That is not wanting to come through over here. So whoever just messaged me, I will get back with you. Or let me see and make sure not something blowing up. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, all right. So just got a message and okay. See, cool. All right. See, I'm not the only one. So I hope you don't mind me saying your name, Damien. But he saw it too, and he didn't know what it was, and still doesn't know what it is. So I'm not the only one. Alicia's not the only one. We have the video to prove it. But cool. So I don't know. We may do some actual investigative journalism again, maybe, possibly. Um, but I do want to know. So we'll see what we can find out. So if you have any tips or leads and what the story is, and then we can validate the story as best we can, because I really don't know. I honestly initially thought it was coming from the airport, but then once we rounded the bend there was no, it was on the wrong side. But now here's the kicker, kids. Um, what we're looking at is another strange thing in the sky, right? Because it's been a few weeks now, but we were driving to Hollister. Okay. So now we had not gotten all the way to Hollister, but there was like, the best I can describe it is like a C-130, but it wasn't a C-130. It was smaller than a C-130, but same style. I don't know. So I'm not that much of an aviation guy, so I couldn't tell you, but I do know the way that bad boy banked. Oh, son. It's like, again, like I had shared yesterday, that I grew up in Little Rock, so the air traffic around us, was a lot coming out of Little Rock Air Force, or excuse me, the Jacksonville Air Force Base. Well, excuse me, the Little Rock Air Force Base in Jacksonville. Thanks for confusing me my whole life. United States military. But anyway, but with the air base in Jacksonville, we would see C-130s flying all the time, doing maneuvers and practice runs and all that. Not a big deal. But I'd never, ever, ever, ever saw one bank like that. I mean, it was like, okay, you see a plane, okay. Well, then it banked. I mean, hard. Big plane, not a fighter, not something small, but it banked hard. And then it flew back in the direction of Omaha. So, Leslie, are you aware of these planes in your area? But it banked back towards there, so it wasn't heading to the airport or to, I think they have the airstrip over there at C of O or something like that, from what I understand. But anyway, but that thing banked hard and then went off into the woods and into the hills. We lost sight of it, don't know where it went, have no clue. And as many of you may be aware or not, that once upon a time ago, and I'm not exactly sure of the location, if you know the location of where the the internment camps were here in the Ozarks during World War II for Japanese citizens, I don't know where that's at exactly. I never really went fully down that search, but that's real. They were here back then during World War II because everybody was like really concerned about the war and the things that led us getting into the war with Japan and all that. And I'm not saying it was good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying it happened. Um, but the big thing is, let's see. Well, thank you very much. And again, Damien is like, he can only confirm my observation because he saw it too. So, and I'm sure other people did too. And I appreciate that. But I don't know, it's interesting. Something to talk about, something to think about. But I am curious because when I saw that big plane and it did that bank, oh, that I've never seen anything like that from a big plane like that. I'm saying that's nothing unique. I'm not saying it was super secret technology. No, I just never seen one do that, especially to fly back out towards the woods and the hills going down, not in a crashing manner, but looked like it was on point to go somewhere it was supposed to be that we don't know about. Not that I know about. You may know about it, but I don't. So it's interesting. And then once again, to see that purple sky. Why are you still giving me grief over here with the messages? I have accepted, Damien. I accept you, Damien. I truly do. Let's see here. Again, I don't want to miss comments because that's rude, but at the same time, just forgive me. You know what? I'm going to avoid if it's just a comment in like one of the feeds right now until I have the chat thing set up. I'm not ignoring you. I'll come back after the broadcast. But that's neat, right? Right. Another thing to kind of talk about, because again, my biggest push in life right now is the one product that I have, which is my book, which I'm proud of, and it's helpful because it helped me, and I know this. And then I've also got reviews. The people said, you know what, this is pretty good. I like it a lot. It helped me. That's a win. So I'm going to keep pushing, shooting for 11,000 copies into the hands and eyeballs of people. And that's what I'm going to do. So one of the ways I'm doing that is through a free Kindle our Amazon Kindle promotion this weekend, or today and tomorrow, excuse me. Anyway, I've also joined up on a couple of the indie author group pages here on Facebook land, and I hear the exact same thing from, or I'm seeing the exact same thing from everybody out there, that it is about getting exposure. How can I get exposure? How can I get exposure? How can I get exposure? And that is the billion-dollar question, right? And so we're all facing that. And I talked about that a lot because it's tougher now than probably ever, even with ad campaigns. Say if you buy an ad campaign, you got a better shot because you put a little money in, may get a few more eyeballs on it, but it doesn't mean it's going to convert. There's no guarantees in that conversion thing, right? But consistency is going to get you more, no doubt about that. I can prove that with what I'm doing here. Like I say, we're on the 24th episode, and I'm watching all the numbers grow. Why? Through consistency. Pardon me if I scratch the mic, but I had an itch. So I don't know, but I am wrapping my head around that. But the thing that's the most encouraging is that in these groups, I'm seeing that there are a lot of people writing books. And that's good. They're expressing that creative flow that only humans can do. Some are using AI tools to help. Some may be doing nothing but AI, in which, okay, fine, use the tool. If it's good, great. I mean, I look at it like this. You know, the debate on AI being used inside of creative works, be it music, art, or whatever, the trick is, like anything, to go totally hard in one direction or the other is a slippery slope for the sake of creativity. Because, I mean, let's be real. Now, while in most instances it got overused, but the advancement in digital visual effects for films made for some really cool movies, man. It's like when you can watch things like, you know, don't watch the new Star Wars. Watch the prequels. Okay, you watch the prequels of Star Wars, episodes 1, 2, and 3. The digital advancements made for some great visuals that were really not possible practically, as far as like in-camera effects. But, you know, it can be overdone, which has happened a lot. And so it's a balance, right? But don't just throw the baby out with the bathwater, because we can all utilize tools as best as possible. So, but anyway, so I'm still wrapping my head around that. And that's why, like with this free Kindle push for today and tomorrow, today I am going to be like, I'm going to try this. Now, I don't know exactly how far down my friends list I'm going to get, but I'm going to reach out to every single one of you to make you aware of it and ask the favor if you would share the link. But I'm not even going to give you the link unless you respond back. And if you don't respond back, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Okay? I get it. I'd like you to, and then we'll see we are friends. But if you can do that, that would be great. But I don't want to get pegged by Facebook for spamming and things like that. I don't want to do that. So I don't want to do that. But I want to get the word out. So we're gonna dance the line of things. Oh, what are we at? 8:23 Sunday Fun Day. Not really much more time. I'm curious about the sky thing, the purple sky thing. I want to know who saw what, if you have any information on what it could have possibly really been, or is it truly just a strange anomaly? But it was definitely a strange anomaly. I can't tell you what it was, but I do know it was there. Oh, goodness. I don't want to just babble. I want to get word from y'all, and I want to get after this promo. So, you know what? I'm going to wrap up early today. It's Sunday Fun Day, and I got a lot I want to do. So I'm going to go do it. But we had coffee for at least a little while, 23 minutes worth of coffee. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, good deal. All right. Damien just messaged me, and I will definitely get him a copy of the book. Like I said, I'll send the Amazon link, and if you don't have the Kindle, you don't have to have the Kindle to do this. The app is available for your devices, and you can also read online. And so I'll do that, and I'm gonna go. Y'all go have a good Sunday. I'm gonna have a good Sunday Fun Day, because I'm going to be talking about what I enjoy the most, and having my little 3D printer over here buzzing and humming all day, because I got a project that I just want to see. And I love watching the ones and zeros turn into lines that turn into a thing. It's fun for me. Yep. Control of my universe. Anyway, that all said, I hope you all have the bestest day ever. And we'll do it again in the morning at 8 o'clock. And I got a lot to do tomorrow, so it may be another abbreviated show, but with purpose and intent. You guys have a fantastic rest of the day. It's been a pleasure. Go watch that video again, see if you can figure it out, see if you can find more videos, link them up. Let's all figure this thing out. We're going to play online sleuths and detectives to get to the bottom of the top of the purple sky. Anyway, let's do that second screen thing. No, not that one. The end screen. That's what we want, so this thing can do its thing. Oh, that didn't work out right. Here, let me move this real quick. Put that down there. There we go. And anyway, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you very soon.